Okay, so here's something else that's very interesting that I think really taps into where we are collectively right now, where we're seeing so much division and we're seeing a rise in consciousness at the same time. And he's talking about identification with a group. So to experience transformation in a group and to experience it in oneself are two totally different things. If any considerable group of persons are united and identified with one another by a particular frame of mind, the resultant transformation experience bears only a very remote resemblance to the experience of individual transformation. Interesting, right? A group experience takes place on a lower level of consciousness than the experience of an individual. This is due to the fact that when many people gather together to share one common emotion, the total psyche emerging from the group is below the level of the individual psyche. If it is a very large group, the collective psyche will be more like the psyche of an animal, which is the reason why the ethical attitude of large organizations is always doubtful. The psychology of a large crowd inevitably sinks to the level of mob psychology. If, therefore, I have a so-called collective experience as a member of a group, it takes place on a lower level of consciousness than if I had the experience by myself alone. That is why this group experience is very much more frequent than an individual experience of transformation. It is also much easier to achieve because the presence of so many people together exerts great suggestive force. The individual in a crowd easily becomes the victim of his own suggestibility. It is only necessary for something to happen, for instance, a proposal backed by the whole crowd, and we too are all for it, even if the proposal is immoral. In the crowd, one feels no responsibility, but also no fear. This identification with the group is a simple and easy path to follow, but the group experience goes no deeper than the level of one's own mind in that state. It does work a change in you, but the change does not last. On the contrary, you must, and this is the crux of it, you must have continual recourse to mass intoxication in order to consolidate the experience and your belief in it. But as soon as you are removed from the crowd, you are a different person again and unable to reproduce the previous state of mind. The mass is swayed by participation mystique, which is nothing other than an unconscious identity. So what this really speaks to, for me, is in order to really reach a higher level of consciousness, if you are in a group setting and you're trying to reach that higher level of consciousness in a group setting, you can only go as high as the group. And in order to really expand, you have to go into solitude. You have to do your own inner work by yourself, connect to source and expand. And that way, when you're in a group, at least you can contribute to raising the energy of that particular group. But you know, a group is only ever going to be as good as its average, because that's the energy that's going to circulate within a group. And the larger the group becomes, the more likely it is that it will be a lower and lower state of consciousness, because the more people you're bringing in, the less likely it is that they are highly evolved, because that's always going to be the higher up you go, less and less and less people, right? And I've been saying this for years, you have to go to solitude. You have to go to solitude. And if you're looking for a process to start doing that, grab my free ebook, Silence and Surrender. It's perfectly free, 15 short pages. When you sign up to my newsletter, which is my Substack, it's perfectly free. And work your way through that book. That's a great place to start. It shows a lot of the process that I did. So I'm giving it away for free in the hope that it'll help someone else. And let me know if you thought this was interesting. Let me know, because I can do more. Whenever I read something, I may feel inclined to share it. Wishing you a beautiful week, and I hope that you are well.